John just said, we came here in 2007. So going into our 5th year here is pretty amazing. For some of us, it's really seemed like it's been a very, very short time. Others, maybe a long time. But our goal when we came here is to become Big Ten champs. That was our #1 goal, and to go to the Rose Bowl. We've been able to accomplish one of those facts, one of those goals this past year. And you know, aside from that, we want to become a consistent winner. And again, win in this state. I think that's obvious that we put an emphasis on that aspect of it. So going into year 5, we've accomplished at least the one goal, the Big Ten championship. 4 straight bowl games, been in the top 25, I guess at the end of the year, 2 of the 3 times. But this continues to be a process in the things that we're trying to do here. That process begins, and I don't know if there is even an ending point in the process. So publicly, before I do anything else, I want to really thank the players and all the people that really have been responsible be responsible for all the success that we have had. And we've lost a tremendous group of players this past year, and even going back to 2007, 8, 9, some very good players have gone through here, and we've been very fortunate to have those guys. They've all helped us get to where we are at this point. Now we begin to prepare for the Rose Bowl. You know, that's where we're at. I think the foundation has been laid. We've had enough success to be able to go into every single game thinking that we're going to win this football game, or these are the things we have to do to be able to win. When you look at our overall statistics, I guess, when you look at all the people that we've played against in the past 4 years, and you look at certain aspects and certain players, teams that have been prominent in this league, I think our win-loss record with those people have been pretty good. So we'll start with that and build on that and move forward. Winter conditioning is really the first phase, I think, of every football new year, I guess. So we've just completed that. I think in that conditioning period, you look to, first of all, critique what you've done from a coaching standpoint, visit other places, look to improve your program. You want to rehab certain players that have had injuries, and then also you want to condition players. So we've had 14 of those, and I feel very, very good where we're at as a program coming out of that. Spring ball is the next phase here, and really to me, what you emphasize in spring football is technique, fundamentals. Obviously, we put a premium around here on effort and toughness and knowledge of the football game, what your specific responsibilities are. So we want to gain experience with our young players, experiment with certain players, offensively and defensively, and then execute. That execution should take place over the course of 15 practices. When I played way back, my college coach always talked about getting 3% better each practice, and that's what we'll strive to do. Everybody we can operate up 3% better. We've got a chance to improve as football players and as a football team, and that's really what we try to do every spring, and this is our 5th one, and it'll be no different than that. When you look at our football program last year, I think, why did we have success? What are we missing? Where are we losing some players? I think you have to look at the three elements. We'll first start with special teams. We lose Aaron Bates. But when you look at us as a special teams program, we were #1 in the conference in punting. We were #1 in punt returns. If you say punt's the most important play of football, you can look at that dynamic right there and say we won 2 games specifically because of that. And that's again, where we will start. Mike Sadler, Kyle Selden will battle for that position. Sadler was an outstanding punter in high school and a top-level recruit who was redshirted last year. And we'll look for that competition to begin. We'll need to find a snapper and a holder. Dan Conroy returns as our kicker. Again, another young man who was first team all-conference in his place-kicking abilities. And so, again, another aspect of special teams where we did very, very well. You look around them, we'll surround them with good players, good young players, and really the nucleus of our return game and our kickoff game and all the specialty players will be intact. So from that standpoint, I think we're focused and ready to go. Offensively, we return our quarterback, Kirk Cousins, for his 3rd straight year as a starter. He is already MSU's career passing leader in efficiency. We look for him to lead this football team, and Andrew Maxwell has game experience under his belt, will be an outstanding quarterback as well, and then Keith Nickel will play into that, as well as a third, while also being a wide receiver. So we have a good nucleus there of quarterbacks returning. Offensive line, we'll rebuild a couple positions there, but I think we have a nucleus of some outstanding players, and we have depth at that position. We have numbers at that position, which is always so crucial. So the numbers are there to practice 2, 2.5, 3 deep throughout the spring, and we're bringing in some outstanding players as well. Wide receiver position, we lose really one player, Mark Dell, and we turn all the rest, as well as getting some young players back who we redshirted, Keith Mumphrey, Tony Lippett in particular, and then obviously Benny Feller had an outstanding year, and coupled with B.J. Cunningham, Keith Nickel, and B.J. Keith, and who am I missing here? So I'm missing one. I'm going to be all irritated with me, but
Fowler.
Yeah, Benny Fowler. But anyway, our wide receiver position looks to be very, very solid. Running backs, we don't lose one player there, so we return all 5 of those guys really. But the headline guys are obviously Edwin Baker and Larry Caper and Le'Veon Bell. So we'll work with that. Tight end situation should be also a position of depth for us as we return Garrick Selleck in that situation, along with some other players with experience. Defensively, when you look at our defense, obviously we lose our linebackers and 2 outstanding players, and when you look at Greg and you look at Gordon as well, you lose 2 outstanding players, and then in our secondary, Marcus Hyde and Chris Elrucker leave as well. But the nucleus of our front and our players in the linebacker group, other than those individuals I just named, we really return, and we should move forward in that on the defensive side of the ball as well. So where we're at right now, I think with Linthicum and Bula is, because I know that question will come up, they will now practice the first 2 days of spring practice here. We have taken internal action as well, and they have missed time in addition to that. So I'll leave it up for questions, and that's probably the best way to go about these things, and we'll move